number of different school districts that impact on our kids. And you may have two kids living next door to each other and having a different educational experience because they go to not only different schools but different districts. So about 3 years ago, we started the Santan Valley the Santan Valley think tank to bring together educators, business leaders, community leaders, government officials, anybody really that had an interest in helping to improve the quality of education. So we help by directly creating opportunities, resources, and programming, hopefully for the kids. And the nice thing is that all of the school districts are represented, and they not only represent themselves, but they represent the issue of education. So Steve is there, and there's a number of leaders in the community that do come together, and we try and wrestle some of these issues to the ground if we can. We present white papers when we can that represent issues that are in the news and also issues that directly affect our kids. And the educators in the area have been very, very good at supporting not only the Chamber of Commerce, the think tank. Well, they do support the Chambers of Commerce. In fact, most of them do come to the meetings and are members. But they, again, are looking at improving the quality of education for the entire county, not just for the Santan Valley and not just for their school district.
Well, we're hoping to have Joe Broussard on in the next couple of weeks to talk about how the county, she's the county board of education superintendent, talk about how she fits in. And I imagine, is she still or not still? Has she become a member of the think tank? Or?
Yes, she is.
Okay, well, she is terrific. And we'll get her on and talk about how her role, since she and I were elected at the same time last fall, and how it fits into all that, which would be good to have. Now, the think tank is open invitation only?
No, it's open to anybody who has a desire to see the education improve, not only within the Santan Valley, Pinal County, but Arizona.
Okay.
So we have people from all over that come to it, and you can come and participate one time, or you can come and participate every time.
Tell me, for people who are listening out there who say, I'm maybe a retired educator or someone has an interest, how do I get a hold of you for this and say I'd like to come to the next meeting and see what it's all about?
Again, all they have to do is go to contact at Santan Valley thinktank.org, and all the information is there.
Is there a website for it too, John?
That's it.
Okay. Contact
www.santanvalleythinktank.org. That's it.
A nice long URL that everybody has.
Very descriptive, though.
It is. Yes, if you Google it, it'll come up, right? Because the name is there. Yeah. And how often do you meet?
The fourth Thursday of the month from 2 to 4, again at Santan Center of Central Arizona College.
Okay. So it is someone who has the ability to schedule their time that they can actually be part of it.
Right.
And beyond the actual meetings themselves, are there events that you hold that are based that think tank generated, or
yes, primarily though not meeting type, but we do have an essay contest that just completed for high school and middle school students, and they did a marvelous job. And it's about a scientific type of topic, and they did a marvelous job.
Okay. Well, I know that you've been involved in, and I don't know if this comes off the think tank or the chamber, or if it worked together with getting the 3D printers put out in the county, which I think is a fantastic business opportunity. Not only that you took the initiative to get them going, but there's a heck of a lot of future there. Could be manufacturing right here in Santan Valley because of the type of technology that this brings anywhere in the world. So could you tell us a little bit about that? Because I just read where I'm sorry to jump on you here, but they use a 3D printer to reconstruct a skull of a person who had a severe skull injury. A big chunk of his skull was fractured and lost, and they used some sort of material that they made a 3D image of exactly what they needed to paste into his skull instead of using titanium or some other material. And they layered it, and it's an amazing technology, and it's just one idea that has come out of the 3D printing. Tell us a little bit about the genesis of that and how it fits into what you're doing.
Well, we recognize that this is, again, a project of the Santan Valley think tank, that STEM education, or scientific, mathematics, engineering, technology, has not really been focused on well in the educational system. And many school districts throughout the country are now creating what are called STEM clubs. And the 3 high schools here now have STEM clubs, and we wanted to support them because there wasn't a lot of funds available for them. So the think tank did some fundraising, and we were able to get a 3D printer for each one of the STEM clubs. And it was a kit, so they had to learn how to build it, let alone create their things afterward. Just a note on the 3D printers, though, this isn't future technology. This is here today. And there are many people that feel as though that this type of technology is really going to replace much of the manufacturing technology that we have today. And our kids who are in school need to understand that technology. They need to see how engineering is evolving. And that's what STEM clubs do, and certainly the engineering programs in high schools and colleges. So we're very proud to support that. But the intention is, again, giving resources to the schools so that these kids get a better education and improve the quality of that education.
So now they have the printers, they have the clubs,
Yep.
and now it's just a matter of them experimenting, playing around, and seeing what these things do. I have even heard that they've got 3D printers for their thinking. Now, this is future, not today, of making transplanting of organs obsolete, because they're able to build cellular matrices using a printer, believe it or not, that would have no rejection problems, you wouldn't have to be taking all the drugs and everything, and they can rebuild a heart or a lung. Or it's Star Trek. I mean, it's like the what was the thing in the Star Trek? The next thing that he'd go up and get his coffee or his Earl Grey tea, the replicator, was it? That was the thing it was called. We're at that point almost where we're moving atoms around and creating matter out of something totally not what it was before. Joe, we had a call, I heard. So who's up?
We did. Your mother called in, Charlotte, and said, please sing Happy Birthday to Douglas, because his birthday's Saturday. So we'll play this instead here.
Yeah, there we go.
From your mother, Charlotte.
Only my mother.
And she's listening, and she says, I really need you to do this.
So, okay. Thanks, Mom. I really appreciate it. And
all right, Douglas.
Thank
Happy
you, Joe.
birthday.
Well, yes, I'm 39 and holding. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mom. Really appreciate that. And it is my birthday Saturday, so I guess I'll take myself to the REO Speedwagon show the week after, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Courtesy of CAClive, where we have a radio worth watching. I noticed on the sheet that we looked at before the show started, Steve, we have some new members. So as long as we have some time, let's talk about the newest members that have joined of late. Let's give them a little plug here on the air and talk about their business a little bit.
Yeah, we're really excited to have these folks, and we had a ribbon cutting for them over at the Johnson Ranch Golf Course last week.
Now let's tell people out there who don't know what a ribbon cutting is. Let's tell them what that is.
Well, a ribbon cutting is an opportunity for you as a business to come forward and help with the Chamber's assistance, get your name out in the public with a press release, inviting your special customers, inviting an open house, or just getting that extra recognition so you get out on the right step with either a new business or an anniversary date of your business. And a lot of businesses sometimes don't understand the impact of a ribbon cutting. They'll call the chamber and say, well, yeah, we'll do a ribbon cutting. And they're like, they want to be spoon-fed. And it's like, no, we're there to assist and promote you. What do you want to do? What do you want to get out of it? And the more that they put into it, the better the result can be. But Soaps and Suds Office Cleaning, a janitorial services for offices, has recently joined us. Help You Accounting, which is a phenomenal company here, a small-based company for bookkeeping services. Schumacher Tax and Accounting, also another professional providing tax and accounting professionals for the business community here in Santan Valley. Dave the Lock Doc, which is a mobile locksmith, which is always a handy thing to have. Arizona's balloon artist. Toby has done some incredible things. She's been able to support us in the last 3 years of our Scholastic Achievement event with some decorations, and then also she'll do individual parties for grandchildren, for your own children, as far as balloon figures. She's just an incredibly talented individual when you get a balloon in her hand. And then Search Engine Professionals, which is an individual that does a great job for website design and search engine optimization. And those have joined us recently, and then we've also had quite a few folks renew their memberships. And so we're growing. We're probably right around, I think, 70 members, and hopefully by the spring we'd like to close in on about 100 members that we have in the Greater Santan Chamber of Commerce.
Fantastic. Well, let's circle back a little bit then. Thank you for talking about that. Is the event on April 26th that you're talking about a little bit? And what is that again? Let's just refocus on that for a second.
Well, the board came up with a great idea as far as how do we get the elected officials plugged into the community, as far as do we bring them in as speakers at our membership meeting, and we realized that our membership meetings should really be business more focused, but there's an opportunity that we need to hear from our elected leaders because there are issues that affect us as business owners. We had an opportunity this last Friday to go up to this SRP center and listen to Congressman Gosar and highlight some of the things that he's working on individually back in Washington, also some things that are going to impact residents here in Santan Valley. But what we've got on April 26th at the Daily Bread Bistro up on Skyline, and we'll have more information on our website for that, but 7:30 in the morning, we're going to have the opportunity for our members and anybody in the community that wants to come and meet with the Law and Order team. And that's Sheriff Paul Babiou and Lando Voiles, our new county attorney. So that's going to be a great opportunity for them. We're looking at doing that twice a year where we do spring and fall with our elected officials, bring them in. We had an opportunity a little bit earlier this year to have Cheryl Chase and Todd House, who are two newly elected county supervisors, come in and talk about some issues that are affecting businesses here in Santan Valley and also just some community issues in general. So, for example, that was the opportunity where Cheryl was able to share that the Hunt Highway project, as we've seen dirt being moved around there, that I think that's going to probably start getting at a faster pace, but I believe, if I've heard information correctly, there will be improvements made from right at the edge of Santan Flats back to Thompson Road, and that should be a shovel-ready project here pretty soon.
Well, I heard it's going out to bid in August. They hope to start to actually, they've done the right-of-ways and they've done all that. Is Thompson Road, for people who don't know where that is that where the Sonic is? Is that where that?
No, it's further.
Thompson's where you turn to go to Santan Regional Park.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, so it's not quite as, the next step needs to be, I know they're going to do it in like 7 or 8 phases. Mm-hmm. So, and it's just a matter of having the money available to do it. And the chamber, of course, is helping as much as they can.
One of the challenges, I think, with new residents moving into Santan Valley is they hear Hunt Highway, but in all reality, it's a county-funded road. It's not a state highway, so there's not a lot of interest as far as probably from federal funds or state funds as far as to improve that road because it originates over where it dumps into Highway 79 right at the River Bottom Grill, and then pretty much ends when you get to the J-curve. Now, it does pick up, and it's still called Hunt Highway, but it's really Empire that runs back along the Maricopa County alignment. So that's pretty much going to be on our own. If we can get some money from Washington to help with that program, I know our previous county supervisor had made a trip back there and got some allocations to help with the initial improvements, but that's going to be one of the definite things that we need help with is infrastructure out here as far as I believe that road was built for probably approximately 10,000 cars a day, and I would guess we're estimating probably 60,000 are running on Hunt Highway on a daily basis. So obviously there are some issues with it in itself, but to improve that road, as you can get around the J-curve and come into Maricopa County and up into Queen Creek, you've seen all the improvements there with the new traffic signals, the left turn lanes.
No, Ellsworth is beautiful,
and that's
you definitely know when you're in Maricopa County. Sure do. You're crossing Empire. Did you have a question, Joe? Hold it. Okay, why don't we take a quick break and then we'll come back and wrap up with Steve Johnson and Jack Malpass, my guest today. From the Greater Regional Chamber of Commerce. I'm trying to get the name right because it's changed. And
Greater Santan.
Greater Santan. And we'll take your questions at 480-745-1033. We'll be back in a moment.
Are you ready to start taking control of your future and maximize your earning potential? Central Arizona College has smaller class sizes and personalized attention to help you compete in today's tough job market. CAC now serves Santan Valley and Queen Creek. The CAC Santan Center is located in the shops at Copper Basin on Hunt Highway, behind Barrow's Pizza. Stop in and see how taking classes at CAC costs a fraction of a state university, and your credits can transfer. So, if you want to earn real money, you need to learn real skills at Central Arizona College. Enroll in classes today by calling 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.com. centralaz.edu or call 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu. Central Arizona College, your way. When you visit Hill Family Dentistry in Santan Valley, dentist Dr. Tim Hill provides each patient with personalized, gentle care that you deserve. Our entire team is dedicated to providing you and your family with services that will make you smile. With a full range of general, cosmetic, and specialty dentistry services that will keep you and your family smiling. Our commitment to our community is to provide outstanding oral health. Hill Family Dentistry is located on 36359 Ganzow Road in Santan Valley, diagonally across from Banner Ironwood Hospital. Evening and weekend appointments available. We accept most insurances and have in-office policies available for non-insured. Contact us today at 480-588-8127. Hill Family Dentistry. Hi, Marie here for wannasing.com. Are you looking for professional DJ or karaoke services for your next holiday party or get-together? wannasing.com can provide the best in sound, lighting, and a professional MC to host your next event. Whether it be a company party, birthday party, wedding, or any occasion, wannasing.com is ready to provide the fun and make it a night to remember for years to come. Call 480-664-8801. That's 480-664-8801. Mention this radio ad and receive a special discount for your next fun event. wannasing.com. Got termites gnawing on your house? Do you have a pest problem in or around your home or your business? At Lights Out Exterminating, we provide either the solution or preventative measure to take care of your pest problems that stem from ants, crickets, cockroaches, spiders, and scorpions. Lights Out Exterminating provides superior pest and termite control at affordable prices for a wide array of desert pests. Scorpion control can be difficult. At Lights Out Exterminating, their service is based off right products at the right time. Find out how much more effective scorpion control can be when you turn the lights out. Don't hesitate. Lights Out Exterminating is the one to call. Over 12 years experience, you will receive superior service at affordable prices. Call 480-365-8177. Ask about our discounts for military personnel. Remember, Lights Out Exterminating.
Here we are back at Santan Valley and CAClive, Radio Worth Watching. I'm Douglas Wolf, your host, and also your Pinal County assessor, which is what my real job is, but this is our fun thing that we do once a week here on the radio. My guests today, Steve Johnson and Jack Malpass, who are the leaders and the major domos here in Santan Valley with the business community and getting things going and keeping everybody on track to build business and improve education, all the good things we want to have happen here in our community, including incorporation, which I think is an issue that we should have a show on and talk about how we're going to get that done so that we have a focus of government here in Santan Valley where we have. Is anybody off the top of their head, either one, how many rooftops do we have here in Santan? Is it 40, 18,000?
Is that a survey Santa's putting out?
Don't know. Santa. I know that I know there's residents and there's rooftops, and I think it's 28,000 rooftops. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it does. Between 25 and 28.
Yeah, it's a huge area. Jack, you want to clarify something from before we took the break, so why don't you go ahead and pick that up?
Just a quick point. A lot of people come into the Santan Valley and says, oh, boy, there's not a lot of business here. What they don't see is the hundreds of home-based businesses that we have. We've got a very, very rich community of people that are in business here, and they live and work here. And just a shout out to them, not only for what they contribute, but also they should also be looking at chambers of commerce. The chambers can do an enormous amount of benefit for them and really help introduce them and their businesses into the community.
There's no doubt the visibility factor being in the chamber magnifies and leverages your business tremendously, especially if you're, it's kind of lonesome if you're a home-based person, one or two folks.
Yeah, it's a nice way to get out and meet people. It really is.
Yeah, and you're maybe sitting in your spare bedroom and working on a website or whatever. it can be kind of lonesome. It's nice to get out and talk to folks and share experiences. So even if you're that tiny, $99 a year is not a big deal. And it is, of course, tax deductible as part of your business expenses. So real important. The other thing I want to make sure is, before we jump off the air today, is that this Union Pacific thing is really a bugaboo for me, I got to admit. And it'll help everybody in the county as far as business is concerned, especially the south west section where near Casa Grande in Arizona City. It's a no-brainer, except the governor's office doesn't agree with me on that. And so if you are listening and you have have a phone or an email, send an email, call the governor's office and say, hey, let's sell the state trust land to Union Pacific and get this thing going. Because even if they did it today, it's still going to be 3 years before we see that there's possibly 300 jobs out there, really good paying jobs. They'll be salaried, and hourly. But it'll just be a vibrant business center down there, especially with the freeways and the nexus of the county there is just tremendous. So anyway,
I would add also
please.
that opens up the international market.
Tremendously
from Mexico.
Right now they take the trains all the way to El Paso and do the switching and then bring them back. And we're competing with Albuquerque for this, and we're just to me it's just insane. So. If you have a chance. So, Steve, you had some other things you want to talk about that with the Hershey, you said? No, I think it was.
Yeah, Hershey Track Meet's coming back to Santan Valley. We had a hiatus last year, but we're going to be back this year. That's open to kids ages 7 through age 14. It's going to be April 13th, 9 a.m. over at Poston Butte High School on the track. They can go to the website Hershey's with the S, HERSHEYS, trackandfield.com. and register online for that meet. It's an all-comers meet so it's an opportunity just to kind of introduce track and field to our youth out here. It's an open meet, so you can register on the day of the event with paper registration. But I'd encourage you, go to the website, look that up, and get our youth involved with track and field. We have a lot of our schools that are going to put it in as a component with the PE curriculum. I've already been discussing that with the superintendents, and that's been traveling throughout the school districts and then also out to the other organizations in there. If anybody needs more information, they can contact me, and my contact information is on that website.
Now, is Hershey's a generic name, or does that have anything to do with the food company?
No, that is the Hershey's Food Company from Hershey, Pennsylvania. The whole goal at the end of the meet is if you qualify from the local meet, you get to advance to our state meet. And out of the state meet, they compile the times with the region, which makes up 4 states. And if you're in the top 2 of those times, you will then get a paid trip out to Hershey, Pennsylvania to run in the national track meet. And some of the athletes that have participated in the past in Hershey track meet have gone on to track scholarships and also have put the gold medal around their neck at the Olympics.
Absolutely. That's amazing. I have to admit, I have never heard of this sponsorship. It's a little bit outside the AAU and the NCAA. It's something that they just do as a community service.
Yep. Hershey's Track and Field. It's been going on for, I think, since the early 80s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's over 20 years.
And it's a great opportunity to introduce track and field to a community. The think tank is helping out with that. The Greater Santan Chamber is also a co-sponsor.
It was a lot of fun. I went out there and emceed that a couple of years ago, and I had a great time, and the kids had a great time. It was just a good family event.
Yeah, I'm anticipating probably over 200 participants this year.
Okay, and what was the age? What was 7 to
ages 7 through 14? The 7 and 8-year-olds are going to compete in 3 events. They'll be in the 50-meter run, the 100-meter run, and the softball throw. So it's just kind of an introductory for them. They don't have the opportunity to advance to the state meet. The other age groups, the 9 and 10-year-olds, the 11 and 12 and 13 and 14-year-olds will compete in standing long jump, the softball throw, and then they have the running events, and there's also some relays that they can get involved in too. So it's a really good meet that will give the kids the opportunity to get involved. I encourage them to do some training in advance to try to alleviate potential for injury or pulling muscles. And again, a lot of the school districts are supporting this and getting this involved in their PE program.
Well, a lot of sports going on here then, apparently. With this meet, we got the March Madness going on at the NCAA basketball. And, of course, the most important tournament this week is the NCAA Wrestling Championships for Division I, which I participated in many of those years ago. It doesn't quite get the glamour that basketball does, but the real men are out there, let me tell you. So, and I know, Steve, just as a sidebar, you do officiating also. Are you officiating at the track event?
I am not officiating at the track event. I'm going to be the meet director for that event, working very closely with the Post and Butte coaching staff to help out with the administration. If you are in the community this Saturday, Post and Butte Boys and Girls Track will be hosting their first annual invitational track meet. It will be a 6-team invitational meet this Saturday, starting right around 8:30. Over at the high school, so it should be some good track as far as the high school is gathering, and we're trying to build that invitational into being a signature event for Post and Butte Track.
And thanks for that. And Jack, did you have anything to add to the Hershey's thing, or
no? Just proud that that Hershey is now in the Santan Valley.
Yeah, this is a big deal for us then.
It is, and Steve was nice enough to pick up the management of it this year, or basically it wouldn't happen. So
okay. Fantastic. Well, Steve, thank you for that. I don't know where you have time to do your business as much as you do your community involvement, so congratulations to you to be able to do both. I mean, it's amazing. So 480-745, we're just about ready to wrap up. If you have any questions, 480-745-1033. We're also talking about stuff going on around the county and the fairgrounds, and the fairgrounds has their the annual gathering on the 20th through the 24th at 11 Mile Corner. And for those who don't know where that is, you go south out of Coolidge, and it's a right turn at I'm trying to think what the road is there. It's the right turn. You remember any? Skousen. There you go. Thank you. Or Skousen if you're from Minnesota. Yeah, if you're from Minnesota.
Yeah, it's a left turn right there off the highway. Take that down, go past Waddell's, and then come right in past the John Deere dealership. Cross the highway, and you're at 11 Mile Corner at the Pinell County Fairgrounds. And it's also a good venue that's back, that's provided a lot of entertainment for Pinell County residents. The Central Arizona Raceway has now come back, and they've resumed racing on Saturday night. So
stock car racing?
Stock car racing on the dirt track. So
now, does the chambers or the think tank have anything to do with the fair, or are you going to have a booth there or anything like that?
Not this year.
Okay. So maybe in future there'll be something where people can say, oh, I heard about you on the radio, and they could join the chamber there. We want to make sure before we go off, just to review the contact information. Let's start with the chamber and how people can call or get involved and so forth, Steve.
Well, first of all, I want to say that our meetings meet the third Friday of every month at noon. We normally meet at Post and Butte High School in the Culinary Arts Room, but if the school is not in session, our alternative location has been with a strong agreement with Central Arizona College with the Santan Center at Copper Basin. So we'll be there this Friday starting at noon. Our featured guest speaker is Brian Moody of TradeSource, Bartering for Your Business, which I think has a great opportunity to help our local businesses out here for bartering for services. And that has changed probably as much as like the timeshare worlds have changed as far as how much more opportunities there are, and there's not anywhere near the restrictions. So if you have a business that could potentially benefit from a barter, I would encourage you to come out and join us this Friday at noon over at Central Arizona College, and a great lunch that will be catered by the Daily Bistro, Daily Bread Bistro out of the Santan Valley area. Contact information if you can't join us this Friday is our website is greatersantanchamber.com, or if you just want to get information by way of an email, one of us will get back to you, and that's info@greatersantanchamber.com. And our phone number is 480-788-7516.
Just as and I know you do, like I said, but that's the chamber stuff, but I know you do officiating. We're always looking for officials for high school sports, are we not?
We are. I've had an opportunity to do football at both the high school and collegiate level, and I also was convinced to start picking up baseball this year. But we are looking for officials that want to help out. Football is in need of things as the schools have continued to grow. We've been adding more high schools in the state of Arizona. Each and every year we open schools up as opposed to whereas other states are consolidating and closing. But there's a great need in Santan Valley for volleyball officials, football, baseball, and softball officials. And it's a great way to stay involved with the athletic community, be front row and center, and to support our kids and giving them the best opportunity to be.
And how do they, if someone wants to become an official, what's the process? How do they get a hold of whoever?
I would say the best process would be through the state, and that's the AIA, which is the supervising body for the interscholastic activities, and that's AIAonline.org.
Okay, that should, and everybody out there, I was a wrestling official, and it was a great experience. Helped me pay for my college and kept me involved in the sport. Jack, the think tank, let's revamp or revisit where people can get a hold of that and get involved with that.
Okay, the best way is just, again, through the website, www.santanvalleythinktank.org.
Okay, and you meet once a month at 2 to 4, third Thursday, you said?
Fourth Thursday.
Fourth Thursday?
Right, CAC Santan Center.
And I know you have a hobby, too, which is raising a voice to...
Oh, boy, yeah.
Well, we want to talk about the fun things, too. That see, this is a community thing that benefits everyone. You have a choral group that goes around and presents and performs. So tell us a little about that.
Well, again, in order to build community, you have to have all of these various kinds of resources and activities.
Add everybody's voices?
Yes, absolutely.
No pun intended.
So we created and founded the Desert Song Community Choir. And again, there's a website, again, desertsongcommunitychoir.org, if you want more information. We're always looking for singers. And again, people that enjoy life usually enjoy singing, so come and enjoy life and enjoy singing at the same time.
Wonderful. And I know you practice on Sunday nights.
Yes, we do.
And at the Oasis, which is...
Oasis, right, the golf course and the community center there.
Off Hunt Highway. If everybody knows where that, you drive up and down Hunt Highway, you see the Oasis golf course. A lot more goes on there, thanks to George Johnson donating the space to... the Santan Republican Club, and I guess to your singing group.
That's correct.
And whatever else is going on in the community. George Johnson, of course, is Johnson Utilities. And
that's
we're at
6:30 to 8:30 on Friday night when we rehearse.
Oh, it's Friday night, not
yes,
Sunday
Friday
night.
night.
Okay, my mistake. So if you would like to join, I'm sure Jack would love to hear you. And there's no tryout, right? I think you told me?
No, it's non-audition, so come ahead.
So if you really think you can sing better in the shower or better in the group than you can in the shower, Jack's group would be willing to have you come and participate, and it'd be a lot of fun. We're at the top of the hour, so we'll be back next week, and I'm not exactly sure who our guest will be, but it'll be somebody interesting, I'm no doubt. I think it'll be Jordan Rose to talk more about Florence Copper, and we haven't confirmed that yet, but we'll let you know through our Facebook and email and so forth. Joe, thank you very much again. It's another week of Pinal Power Players. God bless America. God bless Pinal County, and each of you listening out there, thank you very much. Talk to you next week.
Amen.